just last week I wrote a story on how Dhoni is still doing it at 43. I spoke to some of the guys who've worked with him. So I spoke to Chonchol Bhattacharya, who's been his coach in Ranchi from a long time, and they are still in touch. So he told me that Dhoni, even now after retirement, he comes and he practices every day. A retired cricketer. He practices
Look at that.
He practices every day for 2 hours. And he practices at a time when nobody's at the ground.
Which bowler has the best bowling action in IPL 2025?
I wish Virat Kohli bowls an over.
Wrong-footed, light-arm fast bowler.
It's not only a wrong answer, it's a wrong-footed answer. My friends in Bangalore are very sensitive about RCB, and officially the franchises cannot say anything that we want this and want that, but then unofficially it is expected that there could be some advantage for the spinners in KKR, especially when you have a Varun Chakravarti and Narayan.
He's the deadliest batter in IPL 2025.
Yuzvendra Chahal.
I was going to say this.
Take Sujan into a corner, sit him down with a cup of coffee and chat with him and get this done.
A very warm welcome, greetings everyone to the Cricket Reborn podcast. The IPL 2025 has been just a week and we are here to analyze and recap what has happened so far. What are the grey areas of some teams and how well few other teams are doing at the moment. Well, I'm not alone. With me is joined a special guest, and firstly, I would love to introduce him. He is a journalist, a sports journalist with the experience of over a decade working for Deccan Chronicles, Midday, Viacom 18, the Hindu Group, and so on. It's long resume, and if it starts making, it might take a little too long. A very warm welcome, Wriddhaayan. Hopefully, we have a great time.
Thank you. Looking forward.
It's never a dull moment speaking cricket to people like you who have got a wealth of experience. Firstly, I would love to ask. I think the IPL 2025, we've seen a little bit of surprises as well. A week has rolled up. What is that moment that has surprised you the most so far in this tournament?
I think surprised me the most, you're saying, right? So, I mean, it has to be Ashutosh Sharma's knock against Lucknow Super Giants because I think last season we saw a glimpse of what he could do. And if somebody is repeating the same thing the next season, that means that person is definitely a gifted cricketer. And of course, I knew his backstory, how difficult it was for him to climb up the ranks and get a foothold in the competitive cricket industry that way. I mean, franchisee league is an industry, right? I mean, so so he had to go through a lot of struggles, and from there on, I mean, the way he bailed them out from being 65 for 5 and then suddenly hitting a last ball 6. I mean, speaks a lot about his confidence. So for me, it would be that match. I can't say whether it was a surprise or not because somewhere within me, I knew that Ashutosh would finish it. But it's still great that somebody like an uncapped player like Ashutosh and so many other players also who are doing so well in IPL.
Yeah, we did see a glimpse of Ashutosh Sharma for Punjab Kings the last season. We all got a glimpse of it, how well he can hit the ball, and not just hit the ball, he assists the conditions well, and accordingly just took calculative risks. So that is something really was really glad to see from Ashutosh Sharma. Delhi Capitals in particular, they've got a win in the first match itself. Again, they are going to play against Sunrisers Hyderabad. So how do you see Delhi now? They have got a new venue, new home in Visakhapatnam. So, and they've started off with a win. How do you see the lineup? It looks like I don't know what weakness they have at the moment, and with KL Rahul coming in, it's going to bolster the side.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I have only seen one match. So, I mean, they have played only one match so far. I think today again they are playing. I mean, as we are speaking, it's a Sunday, 30th of March. Yeah. So, very early days to say what it is actually. I mean, what it looks like, because when you get a team in place, until and unless you play a couple of matches, you don't really know where it is headed. So far, so good. It looks all right. I mean, Axar Patel being a very chilled guy and all that, leading the side. And I'm sure when KL comes in, and he's going to have a lot of inputs from KL as well, because he's captained India, he's captained Punjab before he's captained Lucknow. So, of course, I mean, comes with a lot of experience. So, I see, for example, right now, if you ask me, I think we can we can say that probably to an extent RCB looks pretty strong, and Punjab looks pretty strong. But Delhi,
Definitely.
I need to see more games to actually understand the ethos of the side. I mean, how they are grouping and the kind of things that they are doing on field. But of course, I mean, on paper, it's a great team for sure, and
Yeah. But
I
again, the
believe
game is not played on paper.
yeah, the game is not played on paper,
Yeah.
so let them play two, three more matches, and yeah, I mean, then we can get a hang of the lineup, how well they are poised or not. About the Vishakhapatnam, I'm not very sure because I haven't really covered any matches in that part of the world, so I'm not sure about the wickets and all. But it looked all right so far to me. But again, very early days. I mean, for Delhi Capitals, but I would like Punjab or Delhi to do well, because as well as Bangalore, because these teams haven't won an IPL before. So of
Won an
course,
IPL.
yeah, good to see these kind of teams coming up and doing well. I think I was really rooting for Delhi when Shreyas was captain. I mean, I think they played one final, right? So I think that was
Yes.
their best season. But it's been a while since that time. I think it was during the pandemic, and it was way back,
Yeah,
3 4 years ago.
2020 it was. Yeah.
20, yeah, I think it was 20. Yeah, so
And that
but
was also the last
they
year
have.
when Mumbai Indians who won the title.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see Delhi coming up, and especially when you have someone like an Axar Patel leading the side,
Hmm.
the weight of expectation is a little less, because whenever there's a KL Rahul or a Virat or all these big guns,
Big
leading a
names.
team,
Yeah.
a lot of expectations and pressure. These things play a part. But the moment it's a Jadeja or a, sorry, I can't say Jadeja now because he was not really good with CSK's leadership. The moment it is
Yes.
Akshar Patel leading the side, and somebody who's rediscovered himself as a cricketer, being a middle order batsman for the Indian cricket team, and
Yeah.
as well as a spin bowling all rounder. So, and he's genuinely a very cool guy. I mean, I've seen him very closely, and doesn't really get flustered with things happening around him. He's always joking, laughing, and that's the way he plays his game. So, if your captain is as cool as Akshar, there's a chance that things might be a cakewalk for Delhi Capitals, if of course they get the lineup that they're looking for, and if that clicks.
Yeah, and talk about leadership. You rightly pointed about Akshar Patel, how cool a guy he is, not only on the field, also off the field, and the way he carries himself. But I think another captain, a newly appointed captain that is really doing wonders in IPL 2025 is Rajat
Hmm.
Patidar for Royal Challengers Bengaluru. A
Ah,
fresh start, a couple of wins at the start. Is this the year of Royal Challengers Bangalore? Is it the time for Isala Cup Namde? What do you reckon? Like, it's a big
I,
question. I'm throwing some bombs at you, but that is what the people want to hear.
my friends in Bangalore are very sensitive about RCB, and I've spent a lot of time in Bangalore covering matches and stuff, and I exactly know what their sentiments are. I don't want to jinx it for them, because I know how badly Bangalore has been, following the IPL, and Bangalore people have they
Hmm.
have been wanting that the team wins the IPL. There
Yeah.
have been situations when I have been in Bangalore, probably working out of a pub and watching a IPL match. I'm talking like 7 8 years ago when AB de Villiers
Yeah.
was playing. So I have
Yeah.
seen how they used to cheer for every single wing taken. You walk into any cafe or a pub in Indiranagar, or you can see the
Yeah.
whenever there's RCB playing, you won't get a table because everybody is drinking their lager beer, and they're watching cricket.
But
So
currently,
I
I'm in
think.
Indra Nagar, and I've seen that.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're in Indiranagar in that 100 feet road area, you must know Pico Stones, right? So that's a
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
They screen all the matches. So
Yeah.
yeah, to talk about Bangalore, it could be their year, of course, because I think again the same theory that I spoke to you about, a captain who's not really that big a player yet. Rajat Patidar is a great batsman. I mean, I love watching him bat. Okay,
Great.
and he batted beautifully the other night. The 50 that he scored,
Yeah.
great, all proper, grammatically correct cricketing shots. It's not the
Hmm.
bang bang version of the game that he played. So, and he's got that swagger about him. He's got this nice beard, and the way he carries
And the way
himself
he
on the
carries
field
himself. Yeah. True.
looks looks like a very young Virat Kohli, actually, to me. And I think the fact that he's leading the side, and you have a player like Virat opening for them along with Phil Salt,
Hmm. Well
that
solved.
that probably gives a lot of boost. Of course, Virat is playing with a free mind since the last 2 3 seasons, ever since Faf had
Yeah.
taken over. But
True.
with Rajat coming in as a batsman in the middle order and holding forward there, I mean it's beautiful to watch, and how the batting department is so poised right now. If you see Phil Salt he's a serial dasher, he can just smash every bowler, and he is not scared of smashing anyone. So if you have an opener like Phil Salt, that itself mentally, I mean psychologically, it gives you a lot of edge, that that come what may, your power play is going to be successful. And you have Virat Kohli, one of the greatest batsmen, of our era, opening with Phil Salt. So that itself says a lot. And of course, you have a bowling attack where somebody like a Yash Dayal getting all his Yorkers right and his variations right. I think I'm really impressed with Yash Dayal. I mean, the Yorker that he bowled the other day. I mean, I think he was the same bowler who got smashed for 30 runs by Rinku Singh 2 seasons ago.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
so look at the way he's made a comeback, and I think Rasik Salam played one game. He could be really
Yeah, he
nice. I
played
mean,
one
if
game.
if he can get more games, because these guys are unknown commodities, and lot of cricketers, lot of batters especially, they haven't really had a hang of these bowlers. I mean, if you
Yeah,
talk about
true,
Siraj and Bumrah and Ashwin, these guys are known guys because they're always playing international cricket and all. So you
true.
bring in these people. I mean, of course, it's really an interesting side. And who else is there in the I keep forgetting. Yeah, there's
Bhuvneshwar
uh,
Kumar, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and
Bhubaneswar
Josh
Kumar. Yeah, of
Hazelwood,
course,
they
of
did
course.
really well.
Who can forget Hazelwood's spell the other day? What has happened to me
Yeah,
actually, what, after covering IPL for like almost 10, 11 years,
yeah,
it,
it happens. It's just normal.
it gets confusing that who's playing for whom, man, because every season is changing so drastically.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, so you have a balanced bowling attack also with that, with Josh Hazelwood and Bhuvi towards the fag end of his career. But then the way he bowled the other night, I mean, he's getting all the dots right. I mean, he was known for bowling dot balls, especially in the IPL. I mean, if you, I
Yes,
think till
yes.
about three,
If
four
you
years
talk
ago,
back to 4 4, yeah, true.
he had the most number of dot balls
Most
among
number of
the
dot balls.
bowlers
He
in
used to win
the
that, and
IPL.
it was a competition. It used to be a competition.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm great that my my mind is still getting the right stats out. I mean, though I haven't seen his stats for a while, but of course, so
Hmm.
you have a Bhuvi and a Yash Dayal. Of course, Bhuvi to guide a young Yash Dayal, and Josh
Hmm.
Hazelwood, and any Australian bowler like a Hazelwood or a Cummins in any IPL team, or a Stark. What exactly happens is, Hazelwood is quite economical, but even if he's getting smashed for runs, I mean, the quality that he brings. For example, maybe a Dayal could concede a 15 in an over, but a Hazelwood would concede a 10 in an over. That 5 run less that he's conceding in one run is making a lot of difference in IPL. So
Yeah, in
that's
any
what the
T20
logic
cricket,
is, guys.
true.
So it looks like a balanced side, RCB for sure. But I don't want to jinx anything. May hope they do well. So of course it's going to be great for Virat Kohli also. I mean, he needs an IPL title too.
Yeah, switching our attention to the team that RCB played in the curtain raiser, and that is Kolkata Knight Riders, the defending champions. In the first couple of games, we did see a little bit of conundrum out there with the pitch playing a part. The curator and Ajinkya Rahane, they are not on the same page. Rahane wanted a spin-friendly pitch, but the curator of Eden Gardens, he thought like this has been a age-old story, isn't it? Then, and you've been covering games for a lot of time, and you must have seen these sort of situations. But what is the proper solution you would like to give, for example, to come out of this? Because KKR as a team, they would have loved to have a home advantage, and how can the
Hmm.
curator help them?
See, first of all, I know Sujan for many years, Sujan Mukherjee,
Mm.
the curator, and
Yes.
he's of course a very strict taskmaster. And ever since he took up
Mm.
the duties at Eden Gardens, and he's been making really sporting pitches and really pace-friendly pitches. I mean, at times he was making green tops also in the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course. I mean, see, we all like watching good fast bowling and all. I mean, that's fine.
True.
And whenever I've spoken to him during matches and all, he's always told me one thing, that the batters are going to score runs. There's going to be a lot of carry, and of course there's going to be turn also as the day progresses. I'm talking about test matches, but
Mm.
and he used to make pitches which would be fairly neutral and all. I mean, and I like such pitches. But coming to this current situation that we are in, I don't think that the franchises per se. I think they don't have any say in asking for a wicket like how they want. If I'm not wrong with the BCCI guidelines, because I think as far as I know, it is only he's making pitches as per the BCCI guidelines, and I don't think the officially the franchises cannot. Say anything that we want this and want that, but then unofficially it is expected that there could be some advantage for the spinners in KKR, especially when you have a Varun Chakravarti and Narayan bowling, especially Moeen Ali also played the other day.
Yeah,
I think this is something that they need to discuss behind closed doors. Yeah, I mean, this is not something. I know Shivats has been tweeting about it. He's again a good friend of mine,
yeah,
but. I feel it's just unnecessary. Or there's a lot of negativity being put out. It's a very trivial matter, and it can be solved very easily. I mean, you just take Shujanda into a corner, sit him down with a cup of coffee, and chat with him and get this done. Because this is something. If you try to play by rules and say things like Simon Dool said that KKR should move out of Eden Gardens, that's very extreme. I mean,
that
you
is
can't.
very.
Yeah, this is something they need to solve amicably by just sitting down behind closed doors, not let any media come in. And this is not something that they should be washing dirty linen in public and all. I mean, that's going to be very sad if that happens. But of course, a little bit of home advantage would be fair. But going to that match, KKR RCB, if you see, Kunal Pandey and Suyash Sharma, they spun the ball and they got wickets.
Yes, that
So
exactly. So that was a valid
so
point made. So why did the KKR bowlers didn't get the wickets? And there was no due,
so
if I'm not wrong.
yeah, yeah. So I can't really. I mean, the weather. It was pretty. Cloudy and all that. It could rain
Yeah,
any
there was rain
moment.
predicted as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it could rain any moment. The forecast was such, but I don't know what exactly went wrong. I saw the match in bits and pieces, and I saw Varun Chakravarti's over also when he got smashed. Sunil Narayan again was quite economical, 4 overs, 27, 1 wicket. I mean, I didn't know what
As
was the problem
always.
exactly. So yeah, he's holding on to his numbers. So I don't really see this as a problem. I think because see, every season KKR is playing, all the other teams are playing. At times, this situation crops. I think 2 years ago, Nitish Rana had spoken about this issue, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
But it
Yeah,
is
when he was a
not
stand-in
really
captain, maybe.
yeah, it is not really an issue. I mean, you can work it out, I feel. Yeah. So but there's a lot of
Yeah, that is
negativity
one
being
thing.
put out. I mean, that's not needed right now, because it's a tournament. It's a great tournament. So many people are doing their jobs nicely, and IPL brings so many jobs on table, right? I mean, so many people are working
True.
behind this tournament. But yeah, I also feel that Shujanda can just relax a bit and relax the rules a little bit. I know he comes from that old school and all that, and is pretty strict with his job and stuff, but he can also take it easy at times. I think, because I think all the other franchises, they have some kind of a arrangement like that. Maybe they have. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. Maybe
yeah,
they
yeah,
have.
yeah, exactly. And Gujarat Titans captain Shubman Gill yesterday, like, just spoke about it.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
yesterday's game was played in the black soil pitch. It was different from the red soil pitch that used to be played in GT's home games, and that is what they wanted
Ah,
for Gujarat Titans. Like, they wanted Rashid Khan, Sai Kishore to have a go against Mumbai Indians because the middle order is a little topsy turvy against red spin. Like Surya Kumar
okay.
Yadav, Tilak Verma as well. He got out
Hmm.
twice to Rashid Khan. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how things can be done. Like you pointed out, and hopefully we get to see for the next few matches for Kolkata Knight Riders. I would like to switch our
Yeah.
attention to the two other franchises that have the most number of titles, and that is Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. Not really been a great start for Mumbai Indians. Very typical of Mumbai Indians. No Bumrah, and when it comes to Chennai Super Kings, they got a win in the first game, but eventually after that. It was a
Mhm.
horrific, it was an embarrassing situation. People questioning MS Dhoni coming to bat at number 9. What are your take? What is your take, Ridhayan?
You won't believe. Yesterday, I was so I live in Calcutta, and
Huh.
I don't know if you know Calcutta. You're from Calcutta, right?
I'm from North Bengal, but I've spent a lot of time in Kolkata.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I'm in Kolkata, and yesterday I had just gone out for a walk. I mean, just I stay at this place. It's got a beautiful lake behind my house, and everybody in that among the morning joggers, they are talking about Dhoni's batting position. it became a morning jog kind of a conversation. Everyone's talking about it yesterday. So yeah, I feel it's just I just thought of coloring your session a little bit by talking about
No,
by
no, no, no,
sh-
it's really
share,
nice. Yeah,
sharing this little tidbit. But I feel Dhoni should bat at number 7. Yeah, because there's no point Ashwin batting ahead of him. Uh, and if you are in a situation where you need 100 odd runs in 7 8 overs, which itself looks pretty difficult, and in somebody who
exactly.
can hit sixes like him, and of course he can hit sixes. We saw that, right? I mean, he scored
True,
30
and big
30 of
sixes.
16. He hit two
Yeah.
big sixes and a boundary. I think he hit two boundaries.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah. One against Kunal Pandya and the other in the 19th over, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, I think there was some pacer bowling. I forgot who was bowling. Anyway, so yeah, so
Yeah.
he hit a boundary of that pacer, and then he hit Kunal Pandya for two sixes and a boundary. So he definitely has it in him to do that. But I don't know what's the logic behind whether it's him who wants to face lesser balls. Probably is he like a little wary of the fact that probably he won't be able to sustain for 8 9 overs. But that logic doesn't really count because he's keeping wickets for 20 odd overs. And if
That is
somebody
it.
can keep wickets, that means he's fit. So I really don't know what the think tank is thinking, but I feel Dhoni should bat at number 7. That's his ideal position to bat. I would say if it was Dhoni from 3 4 years ago, I would have said
Mm.
Dhoni should bat at number 5. But given the current situation, number 7 seems okay because Chennai Super Kings have a pretty solid batting lineup with Rachin and Shubham and I forgot who else is there. Uh,
Rahul Tripathi, Deepak Hooda,
Rahul
Raj,
Deepak Hooda, yeah. Rahul
Shivam
Tripathi
Dubey,
didn't
yeah.
click.
Mm.
Rahul Tripathi didn't click, but then he's a great batter. I mean, he's
Yeah,
proved in the
true.
past for KKR and Sunrisers and all. And Deepak Hooda is also a pretty big hitter. So usually, probably the thought could have been that Dhoni probably thought that these guys are going to do the job, which
Yeah,
in the other game that they won, they did the job. So that was fine.
true.
But there will be games when the team may be 50 for 5. There may be games when the team may be needing him to just step up a little
Step up.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if not all games, but then in these situations, if you are playing the full tournament, even at the age of 43, you are very fit. You should you should bat ahead of at least ahead of Ashwin and Jadeja. Jadeja is a nice batter, but then not a big hitter like MSD is. Nobody's like a big hitter is MSD is, of course, but you saw Dhoni sixes, right? I mean, it's just not the boundary
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
It
I did see.
it went to the stands.
It was
So
gigantic. The
yeah,
second
so
one,
all these sixes,
yeah.
all these sixes are gigantic. Actually, I mean, recent just last week I wrote a story on how Dhoni is still doing it at 43. I spoke to
Mm.
some of the guys who've worked with him. So I spoke to Chonchol Bhattacharya, who's been his coach in Ranchi from a long time, and they are still in touch. So he told me that Dhoni, even now after retirement, he comes and he practices every day. A retired cricketer, he
And
practices
look at
2 hours. He practices
that,
every day for
and
2 hours, and he practices at a time when nobody's at the ground. Like for example,
okay.
a 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock he'll practice, or a 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. He'll practice,
Mm.
or he'll go to the ground in the afternoon when no one's there, 2 to 4. So he
And
told
that's
me
pretty
that
much like Dhoni.
सबको लगता है कि वो घर पे सो रहा है लेकिन वो प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है जब when people are at the ground तभी वो घर पे सो रहा है. So if somebody at 43 is practicing every day and keeping himself fit and he's doing everything right, and of course the fans also want to see more of him,
Mm.
maybe he should also get that confidence back. Okay, fine, chalo, I'll finish this game. But I'm too trivial individual to talk about the legend that MS is. I have covered a lot of games and I've attended a lot of pressers with MS at the other end, and of course, really huge respect for the man. And the fact that he's going on playing at 43 is great. It's probably helping Chennai's net run rate, but then net run rate is something that will come into play towards the end of the league. For that, you need to first
You need
win
to
the
win
matches in the
matches.
league.
True.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. Right then, Ryan, before we move to our next segment, I've got a last few questions for you. And that is, I really wanted to discuss like IPL. It always comes up and brings some young cricketers, some young minds. It's a place, it's a platform for the young souls to come up and showcase what they're capable of. We did see a little bit of Vipraj Nigam, from Delhi Capitals. We did see a Vignesh Puttur, the left arm wrist spinner of Mumbai
Mm,
Indians, how good he can
mm.
be, and few other names as well. Aniket Verma, for example, Prince Yadav, who shattered the stumps of Travis Head against Sunrisers Hyderabad. I would love to ask you, who is that one gem of a guy you think that he might go on and just become a big thing, or maybe is the one player to watch out for in this season?
See, I saw a lot of these players actually. I really like Vignesh Puthur, a very young kid, and I like wrist spinners technically because
I too. Plus one.
yeah, I like wrist spinners, and I think there's this trend right now that all the states like Kerala, UP, Delhi,
Hmm.
they started having their own hyper local T20 leagues. If you've seen,
Yeah,
and all these
true.
players are products of those leagues. So
Hmm. True.
Prince Yadav, then Priyan Sharia, I think from Punjab,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So all
Yes.
these
Yes.
guys are Delhi Premier League products. So what you have to understand is that how much these local tournaments are producing players as well. Earlier it was IPL producing players for international, and now the supply line has become Delhi Premier League, UP T20 League, Kerala T20 League, IPL, India. Oh, sorry, all the local T20 leagues, then Syed Mushtaq Ali,
Yeah.
then IPL,
Yes.
then India. So this is something great, and we must acknowledge the effort of all the coaches and the players, because it's a very whole new generation of cricketers who are fearless cricketers. Um,
True.
all the names you mentioned, I think who could be the star? Very difficult to say, but I think Priyan Sharia has got it in him. I mean, I saw him bat the other day. Head position, shot selection, everything was. It seemed didn't seem like he was playing his debut season. So
Yeah. Truly.
Priyan Sharia could be one guy to look out for because of his cricketing flair and flourish or flamboyance. You can say left-handed batsman always looks much more, looks really beautiful. And having
True.
been a
Very
fan
true.
of players
Spot
like
on.
Saeed Anwar and Brian Lara during my generation, I love rooting for left-handers. For me, it would be Priyan Sharia. Prince Yadav, I've only seen one match. I know that. See, I mean, one Yorker may work, and you can get a player like Travis Head. You can get anyone out. I mean, that's not a threshold to judge a bowler for that one wicket. You have to see whether he keeps his fitness fine, and whether he's repeating what he did in the first match. Like I told you about Ashutosh Sharma. So these guys need to keep doing what they're doing, and if they are maintaining that consistency and fitness, staying away from injuries, then definitely they have a bright future in this IPL also, because see, IPL is something which is a high pressure tournament, and I feel a lot of and it's summers in India right now, so people may develop cramps and things like that. So apart from Priyan Sharia, Prince Yadav, I cannot say much yet. I would say Vignesh Puthur, again a product of Kerala T20 League. So Vignesh
Yes.
Puthur has got that guile, the spinner's guile. So, and of course a great wrong also. These two players would definitely be, I would definitely sit back and watch them play, leaving out everything else what I have for that day. So yeah, I think
Yeah, and the
I
fact that
think
Vignesh Puttur, like,
you mentioned another
yeah, I
name.
mentioned
Who's
about
that?
Aniket Verma, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, in the low middle order he's playing,
Oh
and
no, I
smashing.
haven't
He's playing
really
some
watched.
cameos.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
him. Haven't watched him bat. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
think
sure.
plenty of uncapped players, uncapped stars that are to watch out for, isn't it? And with the daily IPL, we tend to confuse like, oh my God, what was that guy's name? The other day, I just got confused with Vipraj Nikam and Vignesh Muthu, starting with two V's. All right.
Yeah. Vipraj, yes. I saw him. Yeah, Vipraj is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, all right, so we'll move on to our next segment, and that is the wrong answers only. Ryan, I'll try to put you in a spot. It's a rapid fire. Nothing to get
Oh
embarrassed.
man.
Just the way it goes. It's just the way the game goes.
Okay, I can
I'll
ask.
ask you 10
It can.
questions.
It can be anything under the sun, right? It can be as wrong as who's
Yes,
interviewing
yes.
you. I can say
Yeah,
Anil
it can
Wilkinson.
be.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. Let's
definitely.
go.
Just it should be within the cricket entity. Right. So, who is the wicketkeeper of Chennai Super Kings? First question.
Stephen Fleming.
The Kiwi guy. All right. What is the full form of RCB?
Royal Cup. B can be anything. I don't know. Oh, I don't know, man.
Let's give it to Bengaluru. They haven't won a cup yet.
Bro, I got it.
Okay.
Royal Cup, Paipanahalli.
Oh, now people from Karnataka, people from Bengaluru really know it. What it's trying to mean. All right, the next question.
Yeah.
Who is the captain of Mumbai Indians?
Mark Boucher.
No longer with the Mumbai Indians. That's a clear take. All right. Who can be substitutes in impact player rule?
Who can be?
The
Sorry, I
substitutes in
didn't get.
impact player rule. Who can be substitutes in impact player rule? Generally, it's the players who are sitting on the bench. Who other than them?
Ha. Other than them. Oh, other than
Yeah.
them. Oh, you can just ask Sachin Paji to come and Batman.
And score some
Sachin
and
Tendulkar.
score his second 100 in IPL maybe.
Yeah, of course. Why not? We love watching
Yeah.
him bat.
Oh,
You saw the
yeah.
Masters League, right? You saw him bat. Yeah.
Yeah. In the Masters League, how good was he? My goodness. Now that is why he's the god of cricket. What is Rahul Tewatia's role in Gujarat Titans?
To get run out every match.
I'm pretty sure he was yesterday's game. That is the reason why you're saying that. Gujarat
Because
were
I
Titans
think
versus.
he got run out twice in this season. Not only
I'm not sure
yesterday.
about the first one. Yeah, and second game yesterday, his bat was hanging in the air, and he just didn't drag, and that is how brilliant Hardik Pandya's throw was, and Tewatia got run out. So yeah, the next
Hmm.
question: which IPL team has the best song or anthem?
Lucknow Super Giants, because I haven't heard any song from them.
Even me. I haven't heard anything about them. Who has an high school personality in this IPL?
High school personality in this
Yeah.
IPL.
Yes.
Ambati Raidu from the expert panel studio.
Now that's really humorous. We have Ambati Raidu, high school personality. I hope Ambati
No,
Raidu is not listening to this
because
podcast.
Ambati Raidu is very cool in the studio. He was not as cool when he was playing.
Exactly. Now I don't want to deep dive into those situations, but yeah, I'll move on to the next question, and that is, who is the chirpiest in stump mic?
Chirpiest and stump mic. Jitesh Sharma never utters a word.
Never utters a word. Yeah. Uh, who is the deadliest batter in IPL 2025?
Yuzvendra Chahal.
I was going to say this name exactly. I thought I predicted it. It should be Yuzvendra Chahal.
Yuzi Bhai. Yes.
Yeah. And the last question, Ryan. Which bowler has the best bowling action in IPL 2025?
I wish Virat Kohli bowls an over.
Wrong footed, light up, fast bowler.
It's not only a wrong
Yeah.
answer, it's a wrong footed answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Virat
All
Kohli,
right.
Virat Kohli. Chris Harris. I mean, he bowls like Chris Harris. I don't know if you've seen the former New Zealand all-rounder Chris Harris in the
Yeah.
90s.
Formal series all around. Yeah, I did see him. I did watch the
Had a
highlights of him.
had a
He was in love.
very similar action.
Yeah, true. All right. It was lovely chatting with you, Ryan, and thank you
Same
so
here,
much,
same
guys,
here.
for sticking to Cricket Tribune podcast. Hopefully, we get more of Wriddhaayan in the future on various occasions. But before that, we want to hear some predictions from Wriddhaayan. Orange cap. Wriddhaayan, what do you think will go win the orange cap and purple cap this season? And your last score for the playoff spot.
Okay, orange cap. Orange
Yeah.
cap is who's leading right now? Let me check once.
Yeah. I think it should be Sai Sudarshan maybe, but he's just injured himself the other
Oh,
day.
I think it could be a tough competition between Nicholas Pooran because he hits
Oh
sixes
yeah.
effortlessly. I think he does it every morning after breakfast. Nicholas Pooran, or it could also be Phil Salt. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay, so coming to the purple cap, who's going to take most wickets this season, you think?
my hopes are really high on Shardul Thakur because I rate him very highly. I rate
And he
Shardul
got a
Thakur
good
very,
start
very,
as well.
very high. Yeah, because he's a complete seam bowler who's got a lot of variations. Got the knuckle ball, got the back of the hand slower, Yorker, and he can bat. I mean, he's a fantastic batter. Shardul Thakur all the way.
And your last four for the playoff spot. Who do you think are going to make the cut?
Punjab Kings, Royal Challengers
Okay.
Bangalore,
Two.
Sunrisers Hyderabad, and the fourth one, a tough call between KKR and Delhi Capitals.
All right. So you're keeping three teams that have not won the IPL in contention for the playoffs race. That is interesting. And no
Yeah,
Mumbai
because
Indians,
see,
no Chennai Super Kings. Yeah.
Mumbai. See, I have covered
Hmm.
probably ample matches of Mumbai and Chennai. I mean, which included
Hmm.
2015 final. Then again,
Hmm.
so many finals I've covered where either Mumbai or Chennai was playing, and I have
Hmm.
seen those teams in their best years, and those
Hmm.
they were like invincible at that point.
Hmm.
But sitting in 2025, I saw a couple of Mumbai Indians matches. I think they look all over the place. Yeah, I mean, Mumbai Indians is not. They don't seem to have that venom that they have, and I think all this changed after Rohit was changed from captaincy because there's something missing there. Hardik
Hmm.
Pandya, I mean, had to tolerate a lot of hate from fans and all, which I don't approve of. But
Hmm.
there was something going wrong from last season only. Ever since they changed their captain, and even now I'm seeing bowlers like Satya Narayana and all. I mean, come on, I mean, you can field better bowlers. I know he's a young chap. I mean, I should not be harsh with him, but he's still very raw and needs a lot more time before playing an IPL match. I mean, of course, you could see that over of his, like, I think he was
Yeah.
smashed for 18 runs and he was bowling wides, and it's a high pressure tournament, and it's technically a very young guy, and and also the captaincy. Someday Surya is leading, another day Hardik is leading. Rohit is also part of the leadership group. What's happening? No one really knows. The bowling changes. It's all over the place. Mumbai Indians, I don't think they have it in them this season also. And Chennai Super Kings again. That it's very inconsistent, but. Ruturaj Gaikwad is a fantastic batter, and he's a very calm-headed captain also. So there could be still a chance for CSK to scrape through, but I don't see MI doing it. Yeah, and
All right. So
yeah,
predictions
that's
made.
yeah.
I don't know. No, I completely agree with you. Mumbai Indians they really don't look the way they have been. But again, they have got the stars that they have been getting every year. Starting with losses, and maybe Jasprit Bumrah comes in and fuel. Something happens. Let's see what happens. Time will tell everything. For now, it was lovely to have a Wriddhaayan and. People watching, hope you
Sure,
liked
sure.
it. Make sure to comment what your favorite moment was. Vriddhayan gave some fresh insights about a lot of things from this cricket realm. And we'll be back soon, the next week, with another episode of IPL Mania. Until then, subscribe this space, follow our Instagram channel. You can also get a hearing version of it on Spotify. And thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.